I think my relationship is over? 23F, 22M. I moved in with my boyfriend of 3 years last year after his friends left following an argument. My boyfriend never did chores, despite asking for help, and when I stopped cleaning after him, the house became filthy. We also never went on dates as he'd rather get high and spend his money on that. I felt guilty because he had no friends, but he'd refuse help. When I said I'm unhappy, he'd say I'm telling him off. I moved home a few months ago, and he's barely spoken to me. When he does, it's usually about himself. I have asked for our communication to improve, but he blames his ADHD and says I ruin the conversations we do have by telling him off. I feel invisible. He recently went to a networking event and I found out a female client was in his hotel room and they went to the event together, and a post of him looking cozy with another woman. He said he lied so I wouldn't tell him off, and needs space as being in a relationship hinders his interactions with women. I feel I deserve better, but he said he's a good boyfriend, only distanced himself since I sucked the fun out of everything by telling him off, and that he doesn't deserve the grief. It was over the moment you moved out. But that's not a bad thing from the sounds of it. Do you really want someone who doesn't do basic chores and only gets high? This sounds like he's trying to blame anything but himself. ADHD is not an excuse for being mean and dismissive. You should be able to raise concerns and ask him things without it being thrown back in your face. Someone who loves you will do everything in their power to make you feel listened to and cared for. You need to take a good look at your relationship and realize that you deserve better heart. Dump his ass. He's trying to blame you for his own bad behavior every time you confront him about it. I have ADHD myself, and that's far from an excuse for bad communication. ADHD often makes it extra painful to be confronted, and can lead to an explosion of emotions, but the need to talk about and resolve it is definitely strong if it matters to you. Whatever the reason behind his behavior is, he is not committed to you, and he doesn't treat you with the respect you deserve. What are you even doing? Stop talking to him. Y'all broke up when you moved out. He won't change, let him be someone else's problem. You've wasted enough of your life on this dude. You can't save them. Cut your losses and go find a better BF. Just because he says he's a good boyfriend doesn't make him one. Maybe he didn't get enough telling off when he was younger, but fixing him is not your job. 18F, slept with my ex's sister, 18F, and now I have feelings for her. What do I do? Okay, so I just tried to post this and it won't let me for some reason? I have no idea why, but I have to rewrite it all out. I am gonna tweak out. I am 18F, I broke up with my ex-boyfriend 19M after finding out he'd cheated on me again. He has a sister. When we broke up she'd started to message me and check if I was okay since she heard everything that had happened. That was a few months ago. We message every day and she started to flirt, so I started to flirt back. I'd never questioned my sexuality, I always thought I was straight, but she was making me question a lot of things. She's very attractive. We started to hang out, just as friends, nothing would ever happen. Last week, we hung out again and we started flirting a lot more than usual, and things progressed and we ended up having sex many times throughout this week. She's told me she likes me and I honestly feel the same way, but now I'm just thinking about her brother and how he's going to react if we do end up starting to date. I feel like I shouldn't care about how he feels after everything he put me through, as he didn't care about my feelings, but I also feel like it's going to cause a lot of problems and I don't want that. Does anyone have any advice on what I should do? How to approach this? My original did have a lot more detail, but it's saying I can't post it for whatever reason, so I've had to rewrite. This is also a new account as I deleted my old one since I hardly used it. Also didn't think I'd even come on here again, but here I am. Thank you for reading. If you have advice, would be appreciated. I'm also aware that this is the consequence to my own actions before anyone says. Edit. I appreciate all the comments, but I actually can hardly see any of them. I can see a couple even though it's saying there's 16 comments. Sorry if I am not replying to it. I literally cannot see sad face. Whether you care about his feelings or not, this is inevitable drama. At your age, you're entering the world of drama without inviting even more on yourself. Girl, life is short. She may or may not be your future wife, but fuck around. Yes, there will be drama, but you can do your best to stay away from it while you have fun with your new GF. Maybe y'all will move away together, you never know. Maybe it'll only be a few months of great time, but don't let his feelings navigate that. You chose your path. 23M, almost had a fling with my ex's sister back when I was 19 and she was 18. Didn't go through with it because the amount of drama it would create would be devastating. Please stop it while you still can. Don't even need to let your ex know. As much as you might want to be with your ex's sister, for the sake of their family and your own, let it go. When I was much younger, I got with my ex's mom without knowing and we hit it off really well, went on a few dates, and had a lot of fun, even though she was 38. To this day, if I knew what I knew now, I would have ran screaming. At the end of the day, don't have any regrets like I did. Have that discussion with her now rather than when everything is going to blow up in your face. You need to talk to your ex about it too. To be 18. Whatever girl, you can't avoid the drama either way, just have fun. Who gives a shit about the asshole that cheated on you? If she really makes you happy, and you both feel like you deserve each other, everyone else should just be white noise. I see everyone saying, too much drama. Guess what? There's no way you can fully avoid drama in your life. Let them deal with the reality of the situation in whatever way they want to. Do what makes you happy, screw everyone else. Especially the ones that screwed you first. Mike, 30M, wife, 28F, loves someone else. What should be my next steps be? 10 years of happy and healthy relationship and then married to each other. First few months went happily, she got pregnant, she left her job for it. I took care of every need of hers in pregnancy. Never let her leave the bed. But due to baby's skull was not developed till 3 months, we had to go through abortion. I had to continue my work to earn money but doctor suggested her to take medicines, folic acid, and rest for 4 months at least. Few days were okay, but she said she wanted to make friends on Whisper. I was happy with it. She said I want to keep my identity secret, hence the Whisper. Few days after she gave the guys her Telegram then personal phone number. The calls and video calls began. Few days later she said she is in love with someone else. She loves me a lot and she wants to live the rest of her life with me but she never had done anything excited, wrong in her life and she will miss everything out. I reacted, cried even. But for her sake I was being okay with it. One day she said she wants to have sex with him. I was broken. My whole life just started flashing before me. She cried, she said missing out stuff. She is not that happy with me because I don't give her enough time. And somehow she convinced me that to just bring him home when I was in my office. She tells me everything. She asked me can she have sex but I replied nothing. Because saying no just triggers her and saying yes just breaks my heart. I was texting her again and miss calling her when she was not replying. In the end she said she just needs some time with him. The whole time I was going through panic attack. When home she said she only gave him a BJ which was a big thing for me but she was casual about it. I told her about panic attacks but it just got converted into blaming. Now she talks with that guy whole time. I come home at 7 p.m. to meters, we eat and she just talks to other guys and him. I can't tell her how I am feeling because I become the guy who is villain in life. I love her so much but I don't know what to do. I am crying in my showers, in my bed but I can't tell her. I can't lose her. What should be my next steps? You are being walked all over worse than the dirty floor mat at a busy Walmart. You should get a divorce lawyer and a good counselor. Those are your next steps. Leave her because she already left you. You don't know what to do. Stand up for yourself for God's sake. You love someone so much that has and will continue to treat you like shit. You are not the villain in these circumstances, she is. Find someone to talk this through with and make a plan to leave. FFS my man. Grow a pair. Kick her out. Give her consequences. Dump her. Leave. She has lost all respect for you. There is no going back. Get your affairs in order, get a lawyer, and move out. Have her served. Her little fantasy world fall apart when these guys dump her and she is all alone. She will beg. Do not take her back. If you do, she will gradually return to treating you like crap, actually even worse. It is over. You have to leave her. Yes, it will hurt for a while. But you will be so much better off without her. In a few years, you will be living your best life, and she will be a broken, lonely, pathetic shell, and you won't want her back. Be strong and stay strong. Let her go. She's not happy with you. My boyfriend, 18M, made deepfakes of all my friends, 18F. How do I one day forgive him? I was at my boyfriend's house, and I just had this feeling to snoop through his phone. In his recently deleted on his photos, I found heaps of photos of all my friends I generated to be naked and in porn. There were a couple of pictures of me but not compared to the amount of pictures of my friends. I showed it to him, and I had to ask him heaps of times if he made these before he broke down into tears and told me that he has a porn addiction. I told him it's okay he has a porn addiction, but not okay that he's been basically cheating on me creating pictures of my friends. I broke up with him on the spot. I'm not too sure what to do now. He has depression and anxiety, and he told me that his depression spiked a month and a half ago, which is around when he made all the photos. He's been to the doctor and is now going to therapy for his depression and anxiety. I feel so betrayed by what he has done, but at the same time, he has always been so loyal to me. And I know that it's not him who has done this, it's the depression that he couldn't control. He's been depressed for ages, and he also tried to kill himself a couple of years ago, but he has gotten so much better since then. We've been in contact since, but not a lot. He's told me he feels guilty about everything, and that he can't stop vomiting and he constantly feels sick. He said he can't believe he hurt the one thing he's ever loved. He said that he's now going to therapy to get better for himself but also for me. He told me that he also hasn't watched porn since, or made any photos either. I don't know how to feel, because I know deep down he's my soulmate, but it's going to take a lot for me to forgive him. It just sucks because all the photos were of my very skinny friends, and they were all generated onto very skinny girls. I'm a little bit bigger, with an hourglass shape and big boobs. I think I deserve someone who's attracted to me, and he deserves someone who he's attracted to as well. But I also know he is attracted to me. I see the way he looks at me. I just don't know how to feel. I hope that we can both improve for the better and one day we'll be together again. Can anyone please give me some advice on how I can go about this in the future? What I can do and how I can possibly forgive him. Edit. He hasn't shared the photos around to anyone, and Jay haven't told anyone about it either. And your biggest worry about this is that you think he's cheated on you? Zero concern for what he has done to your friends' images without their consent? You fucking don't. You're 18. This is a hard lesson, and one that's better to learn sooner than later. Not every person is worth fixing things with. If you want to be a decent human being, get the police involved. He's about to destroy your friend's life. That shit should be illegal. Don't be stupid. Depression doesn't make you make porn of non-consenting women. He was fine doing it until he got caught. That's a crime.